brought so much joy in my life, with strong hands and a heart full of...
Hey YouTube, it's your girl, Mama Kathy. Yeah, I know that's one of my favorite lines, isn't it? I start all my videos off that way. Anyway, I put up a video the other day of me and my daughter Danietta explaining to you guys what had happened to me when I had got sick. Well, my phone said that my iCloud storage was full and I needed to get rid of some stuff. So I had like 688 videos in my phone. So I was going through them and I came across this video. And this was a video that I had taken about a week after I had come home from the hospital, explaining what had happened. And I just want to share this video with you guys. It's a 16-minute video. And I just want to share this video with you guys because it gives you an idea of how sick I really was and how I was confused and how I couldn't get my words together, how sluggish I was. You would think that I was on some type of drug or something, but I wasn't. It was just from being sick. So sit back and you're going to hear some of the same things you heard in the other video. But like I said, I had no recollection that I had made this video. All right, enjoy. Hey YouTube, it's your girl Mama Kathy coming to you today with another video. This is like this is like a video I haven't done before. A lot of people have been wishing me well and praying for me, and I just wanted to let you guys know why I haven't been posting on my YouTube channel. So this is life story part 6 or 7. It never gets any better. I went to Vegas and I went from the 17th to the 21st. First time on a plane. Me and my husband, that was our first together. And I took a pill, but you guys want to hear something funny? On the way back, I took the pills before I got on the plane, and it was this lady sitting next to me. She was a white lady, real nice, sweet lady, because I was so under the medication that I was literally rubbing on her leg, and my husband was like, "What are you doing?" And then I realized what I was doing. I was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I took that medication, and I apologize." And then she patted me, and she was like, "Oh, that's okay, honey. I understand." And when I got off the plane, I made sure that I apologized to her again because that's not something that I normally would do. So that was the 22nd. I'm sorry, I have hiccups. That was the 22nd of June. Then I came home, unpacked our clothes and everything. And after that, I really don't have any recollection of what happened. My birthday is July 1st, and that is the most specialist day in the world to me because that is the day that God decided to have me, come and be in this world. Okay? If you wonder what I'm chewing a piece of shrimp. But anyway, a lot of you probably wondering what's in my nose. It's a feeding tube. It goes in my nose, down the canal, down the back of my throat, all the way down into my stomach. And then it goes directly into my stomach. Well, anyway, as I was saying, after we really got home from Vegas, I really have no recollection of what went on. July 1st is my birthday, and like I said, I'm queen for a day. And my daughter Beth bought me a really expensive gift. I think it was for Mother's Day. And she said, well, if I buy you this expensive gift, then I'm not going to get you nothing for your birthday. So I was like, okay. Now, that's really basically the only thing that I remember on my birthday. And I asked her, I said, well, why did you bring me a birthday gift? She said, you know I couldn't go past without giving you a birthday gift. But I have no recollection of what that birthday gift was. So I went back to sleep. So my husband was like, you really need to get up and go to the hospital. And I'm like, oh, no, I'm not going to the hospital. The next day I had a doctor's appointment. I don't know how I got dressed. I don't know how we drove down there. My husband told me we were in our car and my daughter followed in her car. And we went down to downtown Cleveland Clinic in Cleveland. And we went to go see a dietitian. And I wound up having a temperature of 103.4. I wasn't really myself, but I don't remember any of that. I don't remember getting in the car. I don't remember having a conversation with her. I don't remember getting home. I don't remember any of that. On the 3rd, I do remember I ordered a pool for the kids. And I wanted to see them get in the pool. And I had already made plans that July 4th, I was going to cook a couple slabs of ribs. I was going to cook some hot dogs and some chicken. And, you know, I was going to have my husband cook it on the grill. And then I was going to make some homemade macaroni and cheese and some green beans. And I think I was going to do some corn on the cob. I'm not sure exactly what I was going to do. But I couldn't even think about getting out of the bed doing that July 4th. And I think Danny talked to Yetta, and he was like, yeah, Mom is really sick, but she won't go to the hospital. And so Yetta was like, okay, I'm on my way over there. And so she got over here, and she took a look at me, and she called Beth, and she said, Beth, get over here. There's something wrong with Mommy or whatever. And then so I told them, I said, just give me an hour and just let me sleep. Then I go to the hospital. Which I must have been lying, because anyway, they let me sleep for half an hour. They said I got up. She said they woke me up. And I was like, just let me sleep a little bit longer. And they was like, no, Ma, you got to go. You're going to the hospital. So I was like, well, I got to pee. So they helped me up to pee. Now, this is everything that I'm telling you now is what was told to me. This is stuff that I don't have any recollection of. So I got up and I peed, and my daughter said that the pee was the worst smell she ever smelled in her life. She said it was like red. And now here's a crazy thing. I have a grandbaby. Her name is Malia, and she's 1 year old. And she had told she was real sad this particular day. I can't eat these. She was real sad this particular day. And so Beth said, Mama, what's the matter with you? She said, Nana dying. And so then Beth was like, what? What'd you say? She said, Nana dying. So Beth thinking she 1 year old, she don't really know what she's talking about or whatever have you. So she waited about 15 minutes. She said, Mama, what's wrong with Nana? She said, Nana dying. So when Yetta and Beth had came in the room that day, if you ever worked in nursing and you had a patient that was passing away, it's a certain smell that you smell. It's a horrible smell. But both girls smelled it when they walked in the room. So when I got up to pee, I tried to get back in the bed, and they blocked me and they wouldn't let me. They said, nope, you're going to the hospital. So they guided me to a chair, and my son Danny from Dolce's World and my son-in-law Mario, they carried me down in a chair and had my eyes closed, never opened them, and they put me in the car. And the next thing I know, I'm sitting in the emergency room, and I can remember the lady asking my name and birthday. That's embedded in my brain from being in the hospital so many times. And I told her, and by that time, they had came in or whatever. And I don't remember being in the emergency room. I know they said it was this foreign guy, and he was like, thank God y'all got her here when y'all got her here. Thank God. I'm so happy. We're going to do everything we can to do to help her. And the strange thing was they never saw this doctor again. So we don't know if this doctor was an angel or what this doctor was, but they never seen him again. But he was like so excited, oh, they brung her, to the, ER to get checked. Well, anyway, they said that if I had waited one more day, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be talking to y'all on YouTube. Sad. Then, excuse me. Then, they wound up taking me immediately to intensive care. So I had double pneumonia in both lungs. My blood was septic. I had septicemia. Septic semiana or something is septic. That's when your blood is poisoned because of the infection you have in your body. My blood went septic, and I had a temperature of 103.8. And then they said that I had heart failure. And they said that that's kind of unusual in a person my age, which I am happily just turning 53. And they said that usually don't happen in a person my age. And my heart wasn't beating. They said it was only operating at 20%. And they said it wasn't beating, it was quivering. And so, like I said, I was in intensive care. And so when I finally woke up and realized, what was going on, for a second, I was looking up at the ceiling. And you know how you have ceiling tiles? Well, each ceiling tile has something different going in it. Now, y'all gonna think I'm crazy, but they did say I was delusional. And that was because my system was septic. And now I looked up at the wall, and one of the tiles, Kermit the Frog, and the lady was having sex. The next tile, it was this beautiful, gorgeous lion. The third one, somebody had done combed the lion's damn hair and messed it up. And so everything that I'm telling you, I am verbalizing to Yetta. And Yetta is tripping out. The doctor's tripping out. They was like, Miss Robertson. I didn't respond because I respond to Curry because I've been with my husband and married to him for 35 years. Don't call me my damn maiden name, even if both my names is Robertson Curry. You should say Robertson Curry. Don't say just Robertson. And I didn't pay him attention, so when they said Miss Curry, and I'm still looking at the wall, and I was like, it's a woman and a man up there having sex. And then I was like, it was all kind of stuff going on up there on that wall. And I just couldn't believe what was going on. And so next thing I know, they was like, Miss Curry. And I looked and I put my hand down and I looked at them. And they asked me something. And I ain't paying them no attention. I just turned around and went back looking up at that wall to see what was happening on the wall. And so then they was like, okay, well, we gonna take her out of intensive care and we gonna put her in a regular private room on a cardiac floor. And my husband was happy because they have some really strict, outrageous rules in intensive care. You can only have 2 people back there at a time. Even though you're in a private room, your guests cannot go to sleep. Even though it's 24-hour visiting, you had to go out to the waiting room and go to sleep. Let's see, you had to stay there every day that I was in intensive care. When I went into my own room, she went home, and Danny was there the next day. So I was there for 1 day. The next day, my blood pressure was acting crazy, and they felt like they wasn't getting the right reading because it was so low, 77 over like 42. And so they was like, well, we need to insert this thing inside of her, I don't know what it was, to get an accurate blood pressure from inside, and that way we don't have to keep squeezing her arm every 5 minutes. The next thing I know, they called a rapid. And for those of you who don't know what a rapid is, that's when your whole room full up with a whole bunch of doctors, okay? And they was doing so much stuff to me. They said, okay, well, we don't think you were gonna go back to intensive care. Next thing I know, I was in intensive care, and I was in that sucker for over 2 weeks. They did a heart catheterization on me. They did something where they stuck something in my arteria, right inside of there. And they drew blood out of there. And then they was trying to get blood out of my arm because they couldn't take it out of the tube that I have in my chest because they needed it straight out of the body. And they used the vein finder and they couldn't find anything. Then I remember a nurse saying she hasn't peed since yesterday and her pee is red. And my legs were swollen out of proportion. I have never seen anybody's legs look like that before. It was, and my feet, it was crazy. So, anyway, I'll be back.